I would like to present to you my team strength exercise. Depending on the size of your team, you pair up two and two. This is so that you get warmed up and trust, build trust between a small group. So when you're paired up, you tell your greatest victory. If you don't have any great victory stories, then you can pick your favorite superhero and describe his greatest moments and focus on the obstacles and difficulties that the hero needed to overcome. Make a pitch out of it between 30 seconds up to 2 minutes, not longer than 2 minutes. And then, when you have told this story, then your partner task is to get make keynotes of your strength and what what or the story strength and what was defining for the story. And then when 2 minutes is up, then you switch up and you flip the script. So your partner is telling this his or her story, and you are making the keynotes. This is the first step. And the second step is when you listen to your partner describing what the key takeaways was from your story. This will also take the 2 minutes per person, and then you flip. The third moment, then you gather around in groups, and now each person gets to say with their own words what they heard someone else describe about them from another perspective rather than their own. What their strength and key takeaways was from the story. Every member now have warmed up and they are telling their key takeaways from another perspective to everybody. Step 4. Now, while you're actually, this is combined with step 3, everybody makes sticky notes and take keywords, what defines someone else's perspective of your strengths, keynotes or keywords out of those, and at least one per person or more if you want, but remember to ID those to the person so we can give the post-its or notes back at the end of this lesson. So the step 5 should be that we place the notes on a wall, group them together, the same words. Remember to have the identification on the other side so you still can see the keywords. And now you see if there are 5 or 3 or 10 similar keywords, then that is a real strength. If there are some unique keywords, keep them keep them in mind, but remember what are the more numerous keywords up on the wall. Next step, every member makes a story with these keywords that describes the entire group. a victory story, or yeah, that includes all these keywords, or at least the ones that are more important, meaning the more numerous keywords available. Step 6. This is when at random you can pick anyone, tells this collective victory story. It doesn't need to be realistic or anything, just fictional, as long as it uses these keywords that describes your team collective strengths. And second, next step, this is important. When the first one has told his story, everybody who identifies with that story goes behind him. But if there are any different stories, then a next person discloses that one. So if people collected, if some people collected up among here and that they heard the second story, but identify with that stronger, then they flip to the behind the second storyteller. And you repeat this process until all unique, I mean unique stories have been told. And now if you have three, two, one, I prefer if you have two different stories. But if you have five different unique stories, now this is important. Agree on which two, this one and this one. Why should these two be selected ahead of the other alternatives? So you pick two, you agree on these two, and defend why this should this should be stronger than this. Now you get in the verbal communication with each other. You are communicating, you are agreeing and defending and disagreeing. The end result should lead to two options. And now all of you need to decide which one of these two stories are stronger than the first one. And now you should ask the five questions: why, going always deeper beneath the surface. Why this story was better than this story? Why was the reason this story was better than this important? Why the reason of the reason? Why? One one man doesn't need to invent all the whys, but try to find deep meaning for at least five times why the one of those are stronger than the other one. Now comes the almost last step. Depending on your organization, if you are the same or different, you compare this team strength against the organizational strength. How well do they correlate with each other? Are there significant differences or are they fairly similar? Then you learn how you provide, how well you provide for your company, and what your strength, if you have different values than your company, why your strengths actually are relevant for the company mission. And this is the key takeaway, that you understand why you are important for your company, your team. You, as your individual, created this. And before you leave, all the key tagged keywords, you give those to respective owner and take away those with you. So at the later stage, you can look at them and actually acknowledge that you are someone, you have these and these traits, you are skilled, you are skillful, and then you remember your team strength story, and maybe you remember why you yourself are so unique and powerful. So this practice, firstly, the first steps, those are two and two. You get warmed up in a safe environment with someone else. Then you widen it up in your team. You're warmed up and can collectively do cooperation. And after that, you stress yourself to agree together and defend your values. That's important in a team. And as a last discipline, reflect how your team, you yourself, relate to the wider perspective. And the last takeaway was to, at the later stage, at home, at work, maybe put these post-its on your mirror at home. And always when you walk by the mirror, you see, I am this person, I am that one. I have other people to acknowledge that I am this one. You get more confirmation of that you your input matters and you can cooperate in a larger team efficiently. So this is why you should enroll on my team strength course, Scandinavian business coaching.